这样。G OK.
I'll just introduce for you guys. You'll just say hi lah.
Okay.
I will do a camera.
Okay, 你们是这个 camera 哈 then George 是这个 camera.
这个啊，哦。
Yep.
Okay.
Hi, welcome to another episode of our Let's G.
我忘记。
Okay. Let's G podcast. Okay, so today with me in the studio we have George, Avery, and Ellie. Okay, so today what we're going to talk about is EC. Is buying EC considered striking lottery?
I would say yes.
Yes. Why
Yeah.
yes? Why yes?
Personally, for myself, I serve a lot of EC owners.
Okay.
In the north area or even in Punggol area also as well. Whenever they sell their unit, right, and we look at their finances,
Yeah.
right, the amount of proceeds that comes out from there is the number that I never thought that someone can make after staying in a property for 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of figure that we are looking at? If let's say a 3-bedroom.
Okay, for a normal 3-bedroom, maybe around 800-900 square feet,
Yep.
they can profit probably around 400,000 to 500,000
Okay, that's after
after 5 years of stay lah.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, if you were to net off everything, easily you have like 300,000-400,000 lah.
Okay, so I mean, assuming that it's through a 5 years MOP period, because EC owners have to fulfill MOP ma. So on average per year, they are making about how much? 80 to 100,000.
Yeah, probably around there. Somewhere
That's
around
quite decent lah. So per month, we are looking at how much? Quick math.
per month.
9K.
Wow.
Wow.
No, NUS.
First time she come faster than me.
Usually Avery when talk about financial calculation, she will lag a bit. My brain. So like okay, then I mean you've seen like many owners actually profited quite a fair bit, and then where do they usually go from after their EC reaches its MOP?
I mean, frankly speaking, right, all these owners, they have their own plans.
Yep.
Okay, some of them sell one, buy two. All right, some of them sell one, change to a better location.
Yep.
Because usually ECs are built in, OCR lah,
Yes.
which is the outskirts of Singapore. All right, Woodlands, Yishun, Punggol, these places.
And not near MRT.
And not near MRT.
Why? Do you all know why or not actually?
Why?
You know or don't know one?
I want you to tell me lah.
Okay, maybe we let Avery answer. Do you know why actually ECs are usually not so close to MRT stations or like shopping malls?
Not
yes
that
or-
near
yes
to
and no lah,
amenities lah, in a
depends
sense.
lah. Yeah.
I would think it's because the government wants to develop certain area, so they will inject certain ECs in the certain area to bring more housing, more people to stay in the certain area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then from there on, you can, Punggol is a very good example.
Okay.
You don't see condos, mostly ECs, right?
Yep.
Then that's how the whole township kind of like came about. Lor.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And usually they will build it like quite close to the HDB, BTOs. So then they will upgrade to the EC that is nearby lah. When after 5 years.
Okay.
But I mean, it's really rare to find ECs that are in very, very prime locations. And they are mostly outskirts like what George mentioned. And the reason why is also because ECs are subsidized housing, subsidized land. So today as government, right, would you actually put subsidized land in a prime location whereby if let's say today given the choice, right, you can actually put it as a private development land whereby you can let developers go and bid for it. And I mean we can see today like those private developments that is at very good location, right? What kind of price they are actually selling at also. Yeah, so I mean that's why people are always asking, hey, how come EC all the location all a bit cui one? But I think importantly is the owners, they all made quite decent profits as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so exactly, because nowadays when we serve, first-time buyers, especially people around our age, our friends, or even leads that we meet along the way, that's looking for a first-time, they're first-time buying lah, looking for the first property, right? They always go from the point whereby, hey, this location not very good. Like, I don't think it's a good buy. But actually, is location everything or not? I think that's one question that is we probably can discuss.
I used to think that location is everything, but so that's why
Wait, where do you stay first?
Now I stay in Tampines. So
okay,
I stay
okay.
near to the MRT. And
Tampines location good, man?
Good.
Good man, I don't know.
So
No, I'm not Eastie, so it's not for me.
I don't know, man. I stay Woodlands. Everybody say not good, but I think okay.
okay, but no, my first property is in Yishun.
Okay.
And it's an EC.
Okay.
Wow.
And
So,
same as Avery lah.
You
So
stay in the
neighbours-
east and then
Yeah.
you buy in Yishun.
Yeah. And it didn't cross my mind to buy EC actually, in Yishun especially.
Yishun especially,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
So,
can you guys like review which EC that you bought? I mean, we already know lah, but this one is 做效果, let the audience know.
You wanna do it?
1, 2, 3, North
North
Gaya.
Gaya.
Hey, this one you all got rehearse one ah? You
No
never tell us I got this
lah.
part. Walao,
We
say
just say
together.
1, 2, 3 leh.
Yeah, lor, yeah, lor.
Yeah.
North Gaya, interesting. Okay, I mean, North Gaya currently, what's the PSF that they are going for?
1,004-ish, 1,003-ish.
Okay, then when it
1,003,
first launched, that
1,004,
time is going for about how much?
I think about 1,001,
I think
1,002.
1,001 only.
1,002 lah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's quite rare, to find EC at this kind of price tag anymore. I mean, the ongoing, just to name a few, like ongoing, like Altura, those that have still
Copen
has balance
Grand,
unit.
yeah.
Yes.
Lumina Grand,
Yeah.
all these ECs, they are going for at least like 1,004 to 1,005 PSF.
Yes.
Yes.
So I initially location was everything to me.
Okay.
But ever since I became a property agent,
Uh-huh.
after serving my buyer who also bought North Gaya, I convinced myself and I self-closed.
I think that's very important when we actually sell a product to our clients, right? First of
Yeah.
all, I think the agent or the person that's selling this across to the clients must first believe in that product. If not, we also won't recommend.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So I think initially, when my clients, they wanted to buy a resale EC initially, but the resale EC, they were also saying that, oh, the location is not ideal, blah, 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 and everything, right? And then we decided, okay, why not we go and see North Gaya, which the entry price is super good. So in the end, we went, and then the wife was like, no, I don't like location, on the Facebook ad, everything, everybody was saying like, oh, location not good, it's in Yishun, it's very far away and everything. But end up, she was the one who, she self-closed also. Because
How did she self-close actually?
so when she went to the show flat, we were telling her the location, where is it near, blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, no, actually, I'm always a central person. Like, I live in Ang Mo Kio. I won't want to stay in Yishun.
Yeah.
And end up, she realized that actually it's really a very good price. She saw the high ceiling, and then she was like, I want it. Yeah.
Okay, first
So-
view, then close already.
First view, it closed.
Wow, okay, then like that I also want.
I saw the property agent.
I mean, I think the biggest challenge for us is when we actually bring up this product, right? People who
Yep.
don't really dive deep into looking at the upside of this development, they will first say no first because the location is really a
Yeah.
straight no.
Yes,
I think that's what many of us face when
Correct.
we want to bring a certain product to our clients to recommend because we believe that there is certain upside for this project. But
Yes.
I think I also can understand why lah because Yishun is I don't know. Recently, got
Yishun is
crocodile.
the one.
Recently, I mean, the last podcast we also talked about Yishun. I don't know how come every podcast we talk about Yishun, yeah. But okay, recently got crocodile. I mean, what's
Every
okay,
other
what's
week,
next?
Mothership is also posting about Yishun.
Yeah.
So
but
it's
the
not
crocodile
just...
is damn big, eh.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's actually quite near where North Gaya is. If the
Yeah,
crocodile come up
it
to
is.
land, I think maybe like I don't know lah. The 10 minutes walk, you reach the North Gaya already.
Which is it at the Yishun Dam?
Is that Yishun the?
It's at Yishun Dam.
Yishun
there.
Dam lah, the
Yishun
one
Dam
that
na
people
Oh
边.
yeah, then
hang
it
around.
is close to North Gaya.
Yeah, just one road down.
Yes,
Yeah. So
honestly
I
quite
think
close.
10 minutes, the crocodile just at the guardhouse already.
Speaking about this, right? Location being very far away, nearer to Yishun Dam. I mean, we all know about Yishun. It's not that convenience in a sense, not very convenient, right? Which is why, Ellie being a Eastie,
Yep.
it took her quite a bit also to overcome that obstacle to
2 years.
to eventually buy Yishun. And being friends with Avery, I also know that she's a Eastie lah.
Yep.
And,
But she used to be a Northie, right?
Westie.
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 Oh,
Yeah.
then
She was everywhere lah, except for the
I was
north.
everywhere,
lah.
yes.
Except for the north. Yeah. So we also went through this whole discussion about where should I buy and things like that when she was looking for a place.
Yep.
Yeah. Then in the end, somehow she ended at Yishun.
Okay.
So I think maybe you can share what makes you end up here.
I think for myself, right, it's just wanting to take the first step out to start my whole property journey because land bid prices are always going up. It's not really coming down at all. So I didn't see like a point of time whereby in the future it may be cheaper. So I just felt like there was a really important need to just go out and just buy something first. And then North Gaya really appealed to me because of the entry price. I think it was pretty like a value PSF to enter into, and also like I saw the potential in terms of like nearby is going to be transformation as well. So the BTO MOP upgraders, right? They're going to be probably targeting North Gaya next time.
You mean like there's a clear exit strategy?
Yes,
let's say you
yes,
this product lah.
yes.
So actually, right, I think because Avery brought up this point, yeah, inside joke lah. Because you mentioned that land bid prices are going higher and higher,
Yeah.
which means that new launch ECs are getting more and more expensive. That's
Yes.
why it eventually gave you the push to go for buying North Gaia. But I
Yes.
think Avery, right, is the champion because she witnessed really how North Gaia prices actually went up. Because
Yeah, of course, she went
was
twice,
there at the
ma.
launch. She was
went
there at
twice,
the
ma.
launch.
Is it at the launch?
Yes, the
Okay.
first day of
Maybe
launch.
you have to share this story. Okay, lah, it's a bit awkward for her to say.
Yeah
lah.
lah.
Maybe like you can say
Yeah,
lah,
you
Josh.
can help her to
Me,
see it.
don't let me be the bad person. Teddy, why she went twice?
I don't know, maybe Ellie can say.
Oh, she went with the ex-boyfriend for the first time.
So that time Avery went down with, hey, don't say.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm not.
So you went down actually on launch day. You actually placed a ballot.
Yes.
You managed to ballot for North Gaia lah.
I dropped an interest lah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. But eventually when the booking day come, you never take any action.
Yes.
So you were unsure about North Gaia or unsure about your...
Oh.
Relationship.
Hey, don't go there lah.
Okay, I mean relationship aside, I was unsure about the location because Yishun to me was very out of, like not very centralized lah, I would say.
Yeah.
And then going everywhere is like you have to go by city. To me it was very inconvenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean as 2 years passed along, right, I felt that wasn't the most important thing lah in buying a for my first place, it's not the most important thing I feel. So and then kicking start the property journey is more important lah for now.
Yeah, lor. I mean, honestly, really, I mean, we see how much property prices actually increase. You will
Yes.
eventually get priced out if you don't put your money into something right now.
Yes.
Yeah, so actually she was the pushing factor for me to go into North Gaia because we talked about this, about entering a property
Yep.
at a decent like bedroom size and the price that we can afford at this current juncture, right? So I think after seeing the show flat and after talking to her, and then she was like, actually last time I went with my ex-boyfriend before, blah, 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 right? Then in the end, then I realized that, yeah, actually this is the location. Okay, location don't really matter, but I just want to take action now. Yeah.
So am I right to say, right, after hearing from you guys, actually the more important thing about buying a property, right, is not really about where the location is at this point in time, but more about the entry price.
Yeah.
Right, because
Yes.
I think for us we are young, in a sense that we are still young lah. And going in on our first property, it's important that we take these also as a stepping stone for us to move forward, ma.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Today we could have bought a property that is in a prime location, but not so good of a product. Yes, I will stay very comfortably lah for the next 10 years. But what's next?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's something that a lot of buyers that I meet nowadays, or we meet nowadays, actually don't really look into it lah. All they care about, or everything is in their mind is,
It's location,
I want to stay
location, yeah.
somewhere convenient and things like that, and then they forego the next 10 to 20 years of planning that it comes to this kind of property planning.
I think it's really something that is very real because
Yeah.
a lot of people buy based on what I need now, and what I can afford now, ma.
Yeah.
But
This
I
house
mean,
won't
not
be.
say that in future they can't afford, but it's just that you
Yeah.
probably may miss out on the first wave of like capital appreciation.
Mm.
Yeah. So actually, I also want to ask you guys, right? When you guys bought into North Gaia, I believe that time is around 80% sold, which price have already increased.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you all have any fear actually entering into a product that is coming to the tail end?
I mean, we actually bought one day after the increase some more.
Oh, you mean the
yes.
price increased, then you all buy?
Yes.
How come you all cannot make the decision one day earlier?
Actually, seriously.
No, I think it's because of the funds,
Oh,
the down
okay.
payment.
We needed time lah to
Yes.
plan out everything.
Yeah.
The increase by how much? 1%, 2%?
2% I think.
Wow, quite tall eh. If
Yes.
1 million,
It's
that's
quite
like
big lah, it's quite
20K eh.
And I bought like I think 200k PSF higher than Ellie.
200K PSF.
$200
Wow,
PSF.
very
Because there's
expensive,
different, the two
$200,
payment
sorry.
scheme. Normal payment scheme and the deferred payment. So I went for the normal payment scheme, which I already started paying for my house.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but for her, she went for the deferred payment.
Haven't started feeling the stress yet.
Yeah.
But I mean, based on history, right? So far, I never seen any EC that lose money lah. Yeah. So no matter like which stage you enter at during before it sells out, as a first owner, generally you will still earn because this piece of land is kind of heavily subsidized. Is it heavily? I don't know. Like, what do you think? Is it heavily subsidized by the government?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
But because EC these days is 1,400, 1,500 already, ma.
Yeah.
Before that, people are buying at like $700-800 PSF.
Yes.
Yeah, but not to worry, guys, because EC so far we have never seen any that actually lose money. Unless you hold it more than like 20 years, there's like second owner, third owner involved.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
projects like, for example, like You May Green, also considered an EC
Yeah.
back like 20 over years ago. So got what, Windermere, if I'm not
Yes,
wrong lah.
yeah.
All these old ECs.
North Oaks, all this lah.
No, also EC.
In my memory, yes. I might be wrong lah. Don't catch me.
I think so.
Yeah, but EC in terms of like facilities and everything is very comparable to
Yes.
a full-fledged development, full-fledged private condominium.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, which is why in the resale market, actually, buyers, from experience, buyers don't really compare, right, in the resale market, right, whether they are buying a full-fledged condo or they are buying an EC. Because at the end of the day,
Yes.
right, it's all about value, bang for buck,
Yeah.
right? How much can you, what's the size of the unit you can buy at a certain price, and you get everything also as compared to a private development.
Yeah.
Right, because in EC you get a pool also as well. You get
Full-fledged
entry
facilities, yep.
from security guard,
Yeah.
right? Full-fledged entry, right? Security, whatever this kind of
Very
stuff. everything
important
you get lah. Definitely. Yeah.
But I think one point that we also want to also address is probably like it's really actually I mean everybody know that EC is a good product.
Yes.
Because it's really there to cater to the sandwich class. But I think one of the pressing concern that that we have, right, is that ECs is not getting any cheaper, and the amount of down payment needed to buy this property is actually quite tall. Right?
Yes.
And also because of the MSR versus
Yes.
TDSR in the private
Yeah.
market, our loan actually get kind of restricted with the income ceiling at 16,000.
Yes.
So my question here is, moving ahead, will it be, will EC be something that first-time buyers can actually afford
With parents' help, maybe.
with parents' help, or unless maybe you buy EC when you're 45 years old?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I mean, you take that 10 over years to save up. That
No, but by then
capital.
maybe your income also exceed.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So-
a yeah.
It's a give and take kind of thing.
It's a give
lah.
and take kind of
Actually, it's
thing,
quite a privilege we managed to
Yes,
do it.
actually,
yeah.
So, I mean, just now, Ellie mentioned, right? You all still bought the North Gaia despite price increment.
Why are you
lah.
laughing?
No lah, just
Why are you
wondering,
laughing
just
at us?
wondering. Because normally we won't buy something after the price increase, correct or not? Some of you all buy like on the day or the day after the price increment. But you mentioned it's about the funds, lah.
Yes.
Right. So
yes.
is this one of the reason, like the down payment thing, right, that caused this thing to happen?
Yes, actually yes. Because mostly because I'm self-employed, right? And my fiance is he has salary. That's why we can be able to loan the max amount. But if you're talking about down payment, then definitely we have an issue. Yeah, because now at our age, I feel like we don't really have that 200-300K straight away.
More than 200.
I think 300 plus K. Yes.
Smelly,
So
smelly.
yeah. So
400 almost.
yours is 400.
Almost, yes.
Yeah.
It's very tall, really.
Yeah, very small.
Yeah. So I think without my mom's help, I definitely won't be able to get the house. And obviously, she also need to get her funds from somewhere. She's like, why not? You tell me, I put in my T-bills and everything. Yeah, so in the end, she only managed to get it out at a certain time. That's why I only can buy after the increase. Which I feel that it's
okay.
still very affordable in today's market. Yeah, that's why.
Okay.
So the increase didn't like falter you at all.
No, because you're my neighbor.
Now play neighbor card lah. Now play neighbor card lah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit awkward now because you see, like first-time buyers with like strong income, maybe like below 16K because that's the cap, right? They want to buy EC, but they have problem with down payment. But people who have the capital, right? Sometimes they cannot loan enough also because of their income.
Yes.
So it's a very awkward situation.
Yes.
Yeah, really.
Like EC is like the sandwich of everything, like the BTO. If not, it's the private. You know.
And what I'm hearing here is that, let's say without the parents' help today, or I mean both sides' parents' help today, am I right to say both of you also couldn't be able to down pay for that house,
Yeah.
But it's also not our fault, right? It's just mainly because the price has risen to the point whereby, it is almost impossible for us, as let's say as a couple, right?
Yeah.
Then we graduate and then we started working at maybe like median income of like 4 to 5K, right?
Yeah.
It's impossible to go and save 400,000-500,000 in the span of like 3 to 4 working years,
Actually, my friend who got BTO is the same problem. Now, the loan is 80%, right? So they have to down pay 20%. It's also a lot. So they're also facing some issues and they're also asking for parents for help. So getting BTO or EC is same. You just need your parents' help at the start, technically.
Okay. And honestly speaking, what do you all think, right, we can do to solve this kind of matter? Or what are the possible solutions? Like, Avery, what do you think?
I think firstly, probably we can increase the income ceiling a little bit. Because the income ceiling now is 16K, right?
Yeah.
So for people like me and Ellie, we are self-employed.
Yep.
In a way, there's always a haircut in
Yes.
terms of the loan amount we can take.
30%.
Yep.
Yeah, so it really limits our loan amount a lot. So in that sense, like if let's say we earn enough to hit the maximum loan, we may not be able to actually even qualify for EC anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one issue I see. And
Maybe can increase the, like you say, like to what, 20%, 20K?
20K I think a bit high, a bit high. I think there'll be problems if we increase to 20K, right?
You used to be 14.
It used to be 14,
yes.
then it increased to 16. Yeah.
They increased to 16.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think the government also knows that with this kind of income and with the rising property costs, it's not easy if I can't loan enough to purchase.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, increasing income ceiling may be a short-term solution also. There may be underlying consequences that may happen also if, let's say, today, suddenly the government decides to change the income ceiling from 16 to 18 or even 20. Because it means more people will be qualified to
Right.
Yes,
fall under
yes.
this category of
Yeah.
buying an EC.
Yeah.
But what will this happen? I mean, today, if let's say you are a developer with remaining units, you know that I have more buyers that is going to come into the market. What is the first thing as a developer I would do?
Increase price.
Increase
right?
price.
Why? Because developers are also businessmen, so
Yeah.
they will
Yes.
also want to take this
Yeah.
opportunity to, now more people can buy, then my price increase. So it may help or it may not help. I mean, that one we don't know. That one
Yeah.
is
Maybe
if it
you
really
guys
happens,
can
then
let
we
us
see.
know.
Yeah, I mean, if it really happens, then we will really go and see lah. I mean, higher income, but people coming in to buy, and EC land are also kind of limited as well.
Yeah.
This year don't have much launch, right? This year only have probably Tampines, is
I
it?
think Tampines and Tengah
Tengah.
upcoming.
Yeah.
From what I
Tampines
know.
and
Yeah.
Tengah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not easy. And also EC with a very shack thing is that you fall under the 30-70 rule.
What's
What
that?
is it?
30-70.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh my God, you don't know?
I know lah.
Yeah.
What's that?
But
What's
you know
that?
not?
What, 30-70?
30 and 70, the quota, you don't know. I mean, that one, okay lah. That one is only applicable on launch day.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
For
the
first timer and
second
second
timer.
timer.
Okay.
You talk what? You talk what?
We know, we
Hey,
know.
you
we
don't
know.
scare me, Yeah, so for people who are unaware, right, okay, there is this 30 and 70% rule for brand new EC on launch day, whereby it's actually a ruling to set aside 70% of the total number of units
For first
timers
Yeah.
and 30% for second timers. But honestly speaking, usually who are the ones that can qualify for buying an EC? Like who has the financial capability to qualify for EC?
Second timers.
Second timers, because we meet a lot of HDB upgraders and they
Yes.
want to
Yeah.
upgrade the next best comfortable option would always be an EC
Correct.
because of the price quantum and everything.
Yes.
But when you go there, the shack thing is they just have to see whether their ballot number is good or not. And I have met a couple of like second timers where we go and ballot, and on the day of launch we didn't manage to secure a unit because it's it hits the 30% mark.
Yeah.
But I mean, eventually after 1 month, it will open up to all lah. But it's on launch day. But then again, that means that the ideal units have already been taken away by other people.
Yes.
So it's 有钱都不可以买. That's what people say.
Indeed. Because 有钱的话，你的 income ceiling 就爆。
对
Yeah. Then 你又买不了。
对
Then 你会 conflicted. Should I go for private or should I go for EC?
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
that's what a lot of people is facing lah previously. Yeah, hopefully, I mean, moving forward, the situation will change for first time buyers, potential EC buyers lah, to have a better environment or even a better opportunity to go and own something. But we
Yeah.
shall see how it goes, because I think right now, whatever we discuss, any changes will also create a lot of repercussion that
Yeah.
follows
Yeah.
follows
Yes.
upon lah, be it a price increment
Yes.
or anything lah. Yeah, so I mean, you guys can let us know in the comments below.
So can I ask Avery you have any tips? Because you also, together with Josh, you all do a lot of ECs in the north. You have any tips for like people who are looking to buy their first property and EC especially?
Any tips? I would say firstly, you need to know what you are aiming for in your whole property asset progression journey.
Okay.
So firstly, like maybe currently you don't have the funds to buy into somewhere that you are really is like ideal location for yourself. Then you probably can start planning into your building your capital first. So the first property can be something that you know can bring you like a safe amount of returns within the next 3 to 5 years. So this amount of returns can help you to probably like progress to
Upgrade
another property, and then from then on you can use this amount of like profits to actually use for your down payment, and then like slowly progress to your ideal location lah.
So let me ask you, if let's say today you have 1.2 million, okay, you can buy a 2-bedroom.
Cash
no lah, budget lah.
Budget lah, okay.
1.2 million lah, okay.
Yeah.
Would you buy a 2-bedroom, 2-bed, 2-bath EC or a 4-room HDB in prime location?
Wow.
I mean,
Good
that's what we're
question.
going to talk about in our next podcast.
Yeah.
But I just ask you this question first.
Personally, I would not go into resale HDB, especially above the 1 mil quantum lah. Because for myself, I would see that I don't really see like how we can progress further from the 1.2 million HDB. I probably have to hold on to it for another maybe 10 years before I can move on to my ideal property. Yeah. So, but I mean, things may change. You can probably like appreciate more than that within the next 5 to 10 years. You never know.
Not saying it's wrong lah.
Yeah,
right?
I think
It's
there are
not
better options lah that can help you achieve a better amount of profits within the next shorter period of time lah.
More importantly is if you are working with this kind of budget, really do at least allow yourself to have the chance to go and find out more first before committing into something.
Yes.
Yeah, I think because you're in this business long enough, we've really seen a lot of people just diving right into that property, thinking that it may be their last property.
Yes.
I think that's
Because you
something
never
that-
know what the future holds for you, man. So things may change in your life. You may want to, change your property in the next 5-10 years. You never know.
I mean, with that being said, means when you guys bought North Gaia, you all have that exit strategy in mind lah.
Of
Right?
course.
For your case?
Yes.
What are you thinking
Our
of?
Grab is here. Our bubble tea is here. We try to act like we don't care, but like I think
Right.
the audio convert recorder one.
I really try my best lah. You just needed to
Yeah.
say something.
Yeah. It's fine. I mean, we also need to drink, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, back to that. I believe you guys have your own exit strategy, right? So what is yours when you buy North Gaia?
Actually, we also wanted to exit together. Okay, but
yes.
her aside, my plan, because for 1.2 million, I got a decent three-bedder, right? With 1,001 square feet. So I think that I can do my family planning there and everything. And eventually, after 5 years, I will shift back to the east. Yeah, with the profit. Yeah.
Actually, a lot of people say like on the 6-year mark is probably a bigger amount of profits lah if you exit by then.
You mean like for what? EC?
For ECs.
I mean,
Oh yeah, because at 5-year mark, sorry, everybody is selling, is it?
That could be one reason I would say, yes.
I mean, I'm going to put it out there lah. Okay, I've served a lot of EC sellers.
Yeah.
Okay, for those that sell right after MOP, right, their price will always be lower than those who sell 1 year after.
Yeah, because that will always be
Agree.
used as a benchmark.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And then upon MOP, there will be a first wave of people selling lah. That will form out like the first wave for people to benchmark ma. That's one. All right, and the transactions there will already set up. For future sellers, 1 year later to go and bump up the valuation of the unit that they have.
Yep.
Yeah. So I would say, I mean, a really important tip, if you own an EC and you're thinking to sell after MOP, okay, really look into the numbers and have a good understanding why should you sell earlier or why should you sell later. Because I've met a lot of sellers, right? Some of them tell me they want to sell 1 year later.
Okay.
Okay, but they do have plans that it makes more sense for them to sell earlier. So, which is why we sell earlier.
Yes.
Some want to sell earlier, some want to sell later. I think there isn't right or wrong.
Yes.
Even though 1 year later you can sell at a higher price, but I think more importantly is to plan out, after you sell already, what's next. And this next will make a difference between whether should you sell now after MOP or should you sell 1 year later. That's what I say.
I mean, like it's all opportunity cost.
Yes,
If let's say you have no real rush to sell and you're happy living in, for example, Yishun, then okay lah, don't sell lah. I mean, 1 year later, then you see what's your option again. But if let's say today you're already very fixed on like, hey, I want to get out of this place, or I need a bigger space, then bo pian.
Yes.
After MOP just run
Yeah.
anyways, you have already profited a fair amount of money. So yeah, we also look at like what's the quantum. If let's say I'm owning a 1.2 million property, right? And if let's say I hold for another year, I can sell maybe 5% higher.
Yeah.
How much is that?
5% higher, maybe it's like 60K.
Every-
60K, is it? 5%?
Yeah,
is
60K
Yeah,
lah,
about
60K,
60,
60K.
60K, but if let's say my next property I'm going for is 2.5 million,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
assuming that the property price index actually moves in tandem, the property you want to buy also increased by 5%, and that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
5% out of 2.5 million is how much?
125K.
125K. 125K versus 60K.
60K.
That's a lot. That's quite a bit of difference. So we have to do our own calculation and our own planning lah. But no right, no wrong. No right, no wrong. Everybody
Yes,
has
yes.
the reason
Yeah.
why they want to sell and why they don't want to sell. So everything there is a pull and push factor in every transaction. Every transaction. Saliva almost come out. Yeah.
I heard that.
But okay, I mean we can sum up this discussion.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
So EC, lottery or not lottery?
Oh, to me, it's still a lottery. It's like the minister, what's his name? Sorry.
You don't know him, you just want to say his quote. Avery, what's the minister name?
Please, I can't remember.
Kao Bung Wan.
Hey,
Oops.
hey, if you anyhow say the name out, we're gonna.
Myself don't say,
This
please.
one, this one cannot.
Yeah.
Wait,
What's the minister's name?
Okay, so I think right, buying EC, yes, I think it's a lottery effect lah. In my opinion lah. As of today lah. In the future, I don't know.
Yes,
But
yes,
today,
yes.
yes.
Agreed.
Call Bunwa. I don't know.
Hey,
I don't want to try already. But anyways, the famous quote is buying EC is equivalent to buying a Lexus at a Toyota price.
Yes.
But would you consider today's EC? Would you consider today's EC as Toyota price? I mean, that one is up to you to decide. Speak to us if you need more information.
Wow.
Okay,
Can.
I think that's all. Right, let's G.
Again.
See you guys on our next episode. Bye.
Bye bye.